Yes, we actually are live right now. So everybody put away your potty mouths or not. As Oh, that's right.
God damn.
I have to remember to turn on
I'm
the
not
desktop
live yet.
audio so people can hear you guys.
Son of a
Oh,
gunslinger.
So there we go. You should be able to hear us. Smell and taste have been disconnected. There are
Due to
too many.
COVID?
Yeah, well, there are lawsuits pending. Um,
So many complaints.
yeah, so many complaints. Right, but we're back tonight with some Shadowrun 2050 using powered by the Apocalypse system called the Sixth World. Awesome system. It's out there on the nets. I'll drop a link at some damn point that I remember to do so. But tonight, who we got running tonight? Chuck, who you playing?
oh shit! I am playing Ivan, our spellcaster. You know, it throw fireballs and turn invisible, and I think I can read minds. I don't remember anymore.
You can, in
Maybe.
fact, having just rebuilt your character sheet, I can
Yep.
tell you that you do, in fact,
Mind
read minds.
Pro. There you go. Very cool.
All right, so Christopher, who you got tonight?
I am playing Techno G, who in the Matrix is seen as Elric. He is the rigger slash hacker for the group. Anything tech, usually he's got it covered.
So if your avatar is Elric, are you inserting codes with the black sword? Is that what's going on?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Slash into something. I get the information fed through the sword to me, and they die.
I see. Well, the more stable member of our running party tonight, who is a business owner, one business, but still a solid one. Jeff, who you playing?
I am playing Gantur Praboa. He's a dwarven street samurai who's done a little tiny dip into the face. I'm also kind of the face, but not a very good one. But yeah, he's got a laundry service, and you always need to clean stuff, like, crime scenes and such. So
Yeah.
It's always a need.
You've got a somewhat lucrative contract going on with the city for crime scene cleanups.
Exactly.
It's a growing industry. Very
much.
And speaking of cops, Steven, who you playing?
I am playing Scout, the down on his luck orc ex-cop. Ex-cop is temporary. I will be back on the force someday, as long as this crew does not drag me down.
Too late for that, I think.
Us?
Too late.
We're not the
Dare you besmirch our good names?
Yeah. All right, well, what happened last time, guys?
Oh my gosh.
Stuff.
We had our meeting.
Stuff and nonsense, mostly
We
nonsense.
had our meeting with Morlock that went terribly wrong. We got into a fight in the parking lot.
Oh
Yep,
yeah.
I almost died.
Scout nearly died.
It was
I
really
took
fun.
a lot of damage as well.
I killed a poor garage guard.
You killed a guard. Just set him on fire. He's like a crispy.
Worst way to go.
Oh God. And then we drove around the block for a minute, came back, everything was okay, and we went inside and had a sandwich with.
You could say we gave them time to cool off.
Oh,
Ooh.
Hey.
wow, that's really
Right.
good.
Yeah, well, you came out with a large sum of money, which, is going to fix a lot of your problems. Well, for some of you. So, let's just go down the list. It's been 7 days since your last run. Things have cooled down. Even for Scout, you're not appearing in the news feeds quite as much recently, but there's certainly still a warrant out for your arrest. 7 days. 7 days have gone by. Yesterday, Scout, nice little ad was put into the newspaper, or the current scream sheets, we'll call them. Newspapers are, for the really wealthy. Everyone else looks at it on a digital pad these days. Your ex-wife is getting remarried. The new date's been set. Location's
Yeah.
been scouted out.
The writing was on the wall. That guy had a lot more money than I did. I knew it was coming, but it still hurts.
Uh,
Scout has been moping
yes.
after he saw that. He's been sulking even more.
Gantu, your cleaning business, most heavily recently on the crime scene cleanup. Seattle, especially where you guys are hanging out, is there's a lot of crime, and lots of bodies, lots of blood. Been a huge
Lots of
call for
opportunity.
crime scene cleanups that can handle fires lately for some reason. So
Knows
new
why.
avenues for you. New avenues for you.
Yeah.
You've been kept quite busy with this. Techno G, I mean, there's some heavy hitters out there still looking for you. I mean, it's gotten a little calmer on the digital front. Like, some of the aliases that you've made to keep yourself alive and breathing, only a few of them, maybe half of them, have been hunted down and electronically killed lately. That's better than a month ago.
I bought into an automod garage, right? That was either a Radio Shack or an automod garage because I got some work to do. Stay low, covered in grease, so they can't see what I look like.
Chuck, well, your problems with the federal government, nicely dressed person in a smart suit, came to, you're ducking your normal home for quite a while, so he caught you in your favorite donut shop. Apparently, he'd been scouting for weeks to find out what your normal day-to-day routine is, and he caught you at the donut shop, delivering summons papers to a court date. He slightly intimates that you can make it all go away if you just make a small donation, a fraction of the amount you're going to owe if this goes to court.
Yeah, I'll pay my money. Yeah. Got cheddar. I'll do it.
All right. Well, the smartly dressed corp drone smiles with his perfectly even white teeth, takes your cred sticks, destroys the warrant in front of you, and tells you that your problems with the government are mostly done. I mean, there's still some minor local cases that you might have to face some court time for, but the government feels like you've done the right thing.
Good. Good.
Jealous. Jeez.
Well, maybe if you were not such a criminal, it would be easier.
So, combined, what have you guys been doing in the past week? You haven't really had a home base to speak of. Some of you are still kind of laying low, but you've got flush with cash. Now, Techno G invested in a garage that probably does some legitimate business on the side, and he's just got a bay that he uses. You can or have no day-to-day use out of that, Christopher, if you want or not want. It could be a legitimate business that you have nothing to do with, or, you could be the manager. Up to you.
Nope, I only pop in when I have to do work on Rolling Plunder, the
Rolling
bulldog.
Plunder. I imagine this is one of these freestanding. It used to be one of these freestanding like lube places, like a Jiffy Lube or something.
Yeah, like a 3-bay or something. Yeah. It's like bay 1, bay 2, my bay. Stay out of here.
Third bay has walls and locks. No one knows why.
The door, you can't see through the doors like you can on the other ones. Yeah. That's exactly it.
So, flush with cash. What do you guys want to have done during this time to kind of get yourselves back on your feet or invest in things? So, you guys.
Aside from moping a lot with the warrants and the wife, I would have tried to spend a lot of my share on paying off some back debts. So I'd assume a lot of that would get wiped out.
Yeah. And of course, the ex is getting married again or not. She's still raking you over the coals in the courts.
Yeah.
Child
behind
support.
a few months in alimony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All this fun stuff. But what are you doing with yourself? You don't have a job. You're still wanted.
Yeah, I've been laying low and just pouting.
Where are you laying low?
Probably at Cantu's place without really asking permission. I would have just followed him home because I couldn't go back to mine.
Well, I think Gantu hired you for his cleaning crew, didn't you, Gantu?
That is true. I now have 2 employees because Ivan clearly is my number one and perennial employee of the month. But I actually don't have my own place. I think I've been doing parking the laundry van and living out of the van while in one of those like parking lot areas that have the security and such. Like
Sure.
you can just sleep overnight. That's where I've been laying low.
So we're van dwellers now.
So we're van dwellers. We're living in my van.
That's kind of what I was wondering, if you guys were actually living out of the vans right now.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
I'd like to imagine there was a moment where Gantu's like, "So where can I drop you off?" And I'm just like, "Huh? What?"
I would, if there's enough chatter after paying off my debts, I would have probably gotten myself a very, very tiny apartment somewhere, but not told Gantu and Scout here.
You could have told Scout. Gantu wouldn't be offended, but Scout, you could share time with him. Can we do like a kind of share custody?
Maybe Gantu knows, and that's our we got a cleaning job. Let's just go drink beer.
Oh God!
Wow.
It's just our
wow.
beer fridge. That's it.
Yeah.
You can sleep in one of the bays underneath if you know how to do oil changes.
Of course, I know how to do an oil
Nice.
change.
Not you. I'm talking about Scout.
I don't know how to do an oil change.
Oh no. Maybe they need security.
So you guys aren't doing anything grand with all this money. It sounds like you're paying off some prior debts and just kind of sitting on it. Is that fair?
I upgraded my drones. That was
Right.
the only thing. So I was shopping for parts through the Automod garage and then updating Bob and Vincent.
I would have probably bought myself one of them totems we were talking about,
sure.
or one of the
Yeah.
focuses or whatever it is, so I can bank excess essence in it and
Yep.
save it for the next day.
If I had a little bit of spending money, I would have bought a new suit. And by new, I mean another ill-fitting suit from the thrift shop.
It's only a couple of decades out of, general
Yeah,
use.
yeah.
I mean, if you wait another 2 decades, it'll be vintage and in style again.
Yeah, it still won't fit, but it'll be in style again.
And all the blood and viscera on the new suit you got is going to be dried out by now, but the old one, that you just
Yeah.
had.
Absolutely.
Gantu would probably get some treatment because he got roughed up in the parking lot. But I'd also probably upgrade the van with more cleaning supplies, that kind of stuff, and start running some ads for Steve Squeaky Cleaners to try to get some more work.
Okay.
I'd be doing that kind of thing.
All right, so currently, both Ivan and Scout are employed by you, at least on the books.
On the books.
On the books.
I do work.
Well, they do work.
I do work.
This is an up and up kind of job. Everything's on the up and up at Steve Squeaky Cleaners.
Yeah, I
What
use
kind
my
of benefits plan do we get?
none.
You get a job.
Yeah.
That's the
Ivan, we might want to start talking about unionizing here soon.
Oh, I don't know about that. I like to use my mind probe to help you haggle for the best prices.
I tell you what, you play full price and we won't tell your wife what you did with Cindy, the babysitter, yesterday.
The benefit is that we don't turn you in for murder and getting that reward. That's the benefit. Just kidding. I would do that.
You guys are great.
They are.
Yeah, and watch what
We're
happens.
good people.
Yeah, good people. It's always said with the quotation marks all around it. I don't know why, but it is.
People. Around the good or the people?
Comedy night. All right, so Gantu, as I said, you've been pretty busy, and you've had to rely on Scout and Ivan here more than maybe you like, because when you get together, there's always trouble. But you get an interesting contract bid that comes over the wire. Usually you've been the lowest bidder lately because, let's face it, you need the work.
That's true. That's absolutely
Just to keep
true.
busy, if nothing else. But an
Mhm.
interesting
Just
one
get-
comes over.
Just to get them Yelp reviews,
Yeah. Apparently there's a crime scene cleanup needed at the nice, fancy set of apartments that Mr. Morlock lived in.
Oh boy.
Lives in. Yeah.
The whole I always thought it was a hotel, but I guess it is an apartment building. Yeah.
No, it's just a single penthouse suite. It's been cleared by the police, and it just needs some cleaning.
It's not the one where is it where he currently lives? Like where we just were a
Yeah.
couple days ago?
Same
Oh,
place.
God, no. Okay.
And it's not for the
Okay.
garage where you guys, lit
Mhm.
hapless employees on fire. No, not the
Mhm.
garage. It's one of the penthouse apartments that need
Okay.
a good cleaning.
I'll contact the boys and I will accept the contract because I am not I'm not at the point right now in the rebuilding process of the business of the empire where I can be picky and choosy about the jobs I take. So I'm gonna take it, and I will say, this is kind of curious. This is Moorcock's. Morlock, whatever his name is. This is where he lives, like a neighbor of his or something. Because he had a penthouse too, right?
Yep.
Y'all remember if you had any neighbors? I know we did some research way back in the day about who might else be living there.
I remember the
Let me check my data files.
Yeah, should we
The-
let's get Techno on the phone, see if he's got anything too.
the flat across the hall from him was his too, and it was just completely. He let us stay there for a few days.
If you get Techno up on the net and talk to his avatar, which is this strange, long, white-haired albino guy,
Just flowing in the wind.
Why don't you have pants on in your avatar? This is strange.
thus
It's,
cost
it's
extra.
Fantasyland. Yeah.
Say
you
art
something,
reflects
or-
life.
I don't have pants on now. What are you talking about?
Right. Yeah, so what you remember is that Morlock, he has the entire floor.
Do I have the
Was his.
apartment number when they give me the contract?
No?
Yeah, he had the whole penthouse at
Mm.
Liebenstein Plaza, and he made SimSense videos, which makes sense for him having those empty places, which is where he probably did a bunch of
So
Art videos. Art
Art
videos.
Yeah.
I imagine this is a
erotic art videos.
set up for another meet. Do we need to report this to the Aeron?
Let's
Well,
wait and make
if you're
sure
gonna
it's
if you're
an
gonna pick up
actual-
some shawarma, I'd take some.
I think let's hold off on that until we're certain, you know. Hopefully Morlock's all right. And this is just him
Yeah.
being all sly about contact us. He's never been sly like this before, so it's a long I don't know. But we probably should get Techno. Techno, you wanna do some day labor on the books for the day?
You hard copy. Sure. You want me to just meet you somewhere nearby there, or
Yeah, that's fine. You know the
Right.
place.
all right, I'll throw pants on.
That would be good. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you don't know if the electrical leads are live unless they touch your bare skin.
It's the only way to know for sure.
Sure.
All right, well, you all get together and you take the cleaning van out. Everybody dressed up in the proper jumpsuits. So are the jumpsuits still sequined?
That's part of what I did this past week with some of the scratch that I earned is
One
upgrading
sequence.
some of the materials. So everyone's got a wee bit of rhinestones and sequins. It says Steve Squeaky Cleaners on the back and rhinestones. Beautiful.
Why does this smell like hot glue?
Shut up. I don't know. What are you doing without your pants on?
I don't have pants on now. Now it's a jumpsuit.
This is getting ridiculous. Come on. We share them.
I've got a loincloth on. How's
I
that?
only have so many of them coveralls. Yes, they are. They are quite exquisite looking.
Don't they have a cleaning service for overalls?
Say cut corners, save money, do it myself.
Yeah, something like that. So you guys are given a code to get into the parking garage below and a code to get into the elevators. And just a message was sent that somebody will meet you there and take you to what needs cleaning. They tell you that it's a big job. It's a big job.
Okay.
I think something happened to.
Yeah, does the network now? If I remember correctly, this building. Let's see, Midnight Living's 15 floors, balconies, night errant, very secure, full package, kind of physical magical protection. Oh yeah, they had a rigger on site. I'm not gonna fuck with the
Yep.
Sorry, I'm not gonna.
Had a
I'm
building
gonna-
rigger, certainly. Yes.
I'm not gonna get involved in any kind of what happened last time we were here.
All right. So mid-afternoon when you guys arrive, everything looks fine on the outside. Like, whatever happened apparently didn't destroy parts of the building. You guys go down to the parking lot, garage. I mean, there's still some scorch marks on the tarmac down here from, the last time you visited. But
Take a
otherwise,
selfie with it.
yeah, everything looks completely normal. There are guards down here, and of course, subtly armed. But you can tell. And once you flash your work, your bill of work and the codes they gave you, they just point the elevator for you to use. It's the utility elevator. You can go to any floor on this one at all, even down into the sub basement.
Let's do that.
Yeah, and they tell you you might want to take a look at the work site before you decide what you take and don't take. Yeah.
Why? What's going? Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go back to my toolbox.
No, I'm sure you guys see this sort of thing, every day. It's just not often that we see a mess like this and such fine digs as this hotel we're working in. But you guys, I'm sure you guys see this all the time. You're fine. You'll be fine.
All the time. Was it very grisly murder?
Yeah, I don't know. Murder. Police or Night Errant aren't really talking. I mean, they took the bodies and yeah.
Bodies plural.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of bodies.
Somebody
Yeah.
hosed and got geeked, huh? All right.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, very little damage. I mean, no shots fired. He kind of pats his gun at the side. It's like nobody heard a thing. It's just all really weird. I mean, of course the owners here got a report from Night Errant, but we hired help doesn't get to know what happened. It's just one of those things. He lights up his
Real
cigarette.
world, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Us working stiffs, we just never get the full picture.
Yeah, I
What's
know.
word on the? What's word at the water cooler there? Who got
Any word on
frag and geeked?
Well, I mean, none of the staff actually. Like I said, it kind of happened real quiet like, and I don't know. You'll just have to see for yourself.
Damn it!
Okay, well, thanks for the heads up.
He signs off on the digital pad that you've arrived, and he hands you like the work order, which tells you the number. It's penthouse floor. It's Morlock's floor.
Okay, I'll keep, steady visage, won't make any kind of face, and bid them adieu. Hop in that elevator. All right, boys, got work to do. And up we go.
Right behind you.
Yeah, here, hold on.
They were
It becomes
playing
like a
that
Muzak
donkey show
version.
back in
That
June.
Muzak Metallica, that's what's playing
There you
now.
go. Perfect. All right, so you have to enter the code into the elevator for it to go to the very top level. And when the elevator dings, you guys step into the hallway, but you've been to multiple times by now. The decor looks pretty much the same. It's the nice real plants and the planters along the hallway, the beautiful red carpet. It's just the 50 gallons or so of blood that splashed everywhere that really is different. It's just washed over the carpet, all the way down the hall. It's on the walls. It's on the ceiling.
It's like 50 people worth of blood.
It's
Yeah.
it's
Ooh,
everywhere.
film in here.
Yeah. So as you're walking by, Scout, I mean, you look at the potted plants. It's kind of unusual and kind of flexing the wealth to have real living plants inside of a building like this, and they're growing pretty well, nice and green. It's probably the blood and viscera that's in the bottom of the planter. Is that an ear that's feeding these things to make them grow so nice?
Is it a human ear?
It's not actually.
What
It's a little green.
the-
Could be orc.
Yeah.
Could be troll.
It's a penthouse.
He did have,
Yeah.
his guards were.
I'm gonna pick it up and look at it.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
does
It looks like the
taste?
crime scene folks missed a bit. So yeah, you have an ear.
Mm.
Is there any sort? I'd like to just do a whole sweep and try to figure out what the hell happened that an ear
Yeah.
popped off. Like, was it
Yeah,
cut
perfect.
off? Was it singed off? Did it explode off?
Well, you have
Gonna-
you have a particular move that allows you to look at a
Yeah.
crime scene like this. So why don't you go ahead and roll it there?
Which is
You gonna eat that?
All right.
all right.
So you get them both. Okay. Well, the place is there's so much blood, but everything is so untouched, and it's not like someone came in and repaired bullet holes because you can clearly see that the blood is still on the walls. If anyone did repairs, they'd at least have to clean the blood off. The environment is untouched, completely untouched. You don't see a nick, you don't see a bullet hole, you don't see scorches from fire. The blood's just everywhere. So, in your mind, this much blood with this little collateral damage has got to be magic.
All right, I'm gonna try and find a plastic baggie for as much evidence as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna keep the ear just in case. Are you guys seeing this?
Yes, maybe we should go to Mr. Morlock's room to see how it looks.
We're gonna have to call in.
Oh my god, we can
Gosh.
take his real coffee.
Bags.
Always
and
looking
bags
for
of
the
it.
silver lining. Love your positivity, Techno.
We're gonna have to call in law enforcement on this one, guys. There was a
That's
murder here.
nope,
That's
no,
not
that's not.
really
Nope, that's security's
our
job.
job.
That's not our job.
We
That's-
clean the.
I'm
we
sure
clean
the
scene.
spider in the building already pulled all the strings to have the police not show up here.
Oh no, the police
We
have come and
have-
gone. The crime
Oh,
scene's
Not
been
Aaron,
worked.
They already mentioned it.
Yeah,
Oh,
crime scene's
okay.
been worked. You guys are coming in to do cleanup after the fact. It's
Okay, well, I'm gonna need to forward this ear to their investigators. Just obviously they missed it.
I'm pretty sure they got the rest of the guy.
I would imagine there were other parts that they're cool with.
Was his
If you
whole
guys
brain
find
in
any
there,
other
too?
parts, don't touch them. We got to collect them in baggies, and I'll forward them off. I know a guy.
Shouldn't you be wearing gloves?
Uh,
Yeah.
I used a pen to
You're
hold
also-
up the ear.
You're also supposed to put the baggy things on your shoes and your feet when you're walking around. You're just tracking blood all over the place now.
so cut scene to the medical examiner where there's just like chunks of flesh on this like drawer, and he's looking at the weight scale. And he's like, "We're 5 ounces off."
If only we had an ear, we could solve this crime.
All right. So the key, the digital key you guys were given, supposedly allows you into all the rooms up here. There are two. There's there's three actually. There's his suite, and then there's 2 suites across from his. You can go up, and the code opens the door. Swing it open, and it looks like the last time you were here. Everything is placed. There's nothing overturned. Like there's a coffee set out. Looks like he was maybe entertaining a guest. As you can see that his favorite mug, number 1 mercenary, is what it says on the side, is out. And there's another coffee mug
This
there.
mug.
There's on the table there, so it looks like he maybe had a guest. But again, the room is just there's blood everywhere, but nothing's disturbed. Ceiling, walls, windows, carpet. Like there's so much blood still here that like an army of people must have been killed. But there's no sign that said army was ever in this room.
What metatype was Morlock again? He was human, right?
No, he was like a gnome or dwarf or something like that. He was a short guy with a humpback.
Maybe a dwarf.
I remember the
maybe?
humpback.
Actually, no one actually ever asked, but
Yeah.
you're assuming dwarf that shaved and kept himself real clean with that
So I'm
humpback.
obviously not holding his ear, right?
No, but he
Okay.
did have troll and orc bodyguards.
Okay.
Little punk bodyguards.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Some things are conspicuously missing. You assume the police took it. Like you knew that he was old school and kept like a pad around that he would write notes on instead of going digital. That's missing. You'd seen that before. His
It's always smart to have a notepad, guys. You should all have one.
The safe that was conspicuously displayed the last time you were here, not hidden at all. He didn't cover it with a painting or anything. The safe is opened. Looks like opened with a code because it's not been blown open or cut open. It's just hanging open. Nothing in it.
I wonder if maybe there's some hidden security cams in here that maybe haven't been wiped or swept yet. We might be able to track down. And Ivan, is there a way with magic where you can make someone's body explode like inside out or something?
It is not the thing I know, but I'm sure it can be done.
Can you detect residual magic?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Actually,
I can take a look.
Ivan, if you will make me an awareness check.
Yeah.
Actually, let's see if there's probably a better move for this. Actually, for knowing stuff. Basic move. Let's do.
I drink and I know stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Evidence.
It's my life.
Actually, go ahead and do a check the situation move.
Okay.
We'll use that and find out.
Awareness.
It's a basic move under your. Yep. There we go.
Yeah. Well, I guess I could have clicked the little face. I got an 8. Is that? I don't remember if that's pass or not.
It is a pass. It's a mid-level pass. Okay. So.
It's a crappy pass.
Yeah. There's that. Let me just open this up so I can see what the thing is on it.
Partial.
There it is.
Question.
Yeah. In this case, I called for it. So what I'm going to give you here is that the first thing that comes to mind when you see how untouched everything is and this blood everywhere is blood magic. It's something that's kind of frowned upon. The Atslon people do it a lot. Blood mages there, but it's not something that polite society uses.
Yeah, I'll relay that information.
The Adsies, they are known to use this a lot. So, yeah, there's that.
And that's not something you know how to do, right?
No, I do not.
Good. Silver linings. Silver linings.
Yes. Listen, if we find me a clean chair to set in, I can astral project to, check out the area from the other plane.
Yeah, go ahead and get on your hands and knees so Ivan can sit on you.
Not doing that.
Okay,
I'm
just
not
find
doing
him a
that.
chair then.
Yeah, I'll find a clean corner to set down it so I can astral project and take a look.
I will
Sure,
take
from
off
the astral plane.
my shitty jumpsuit because I've got my suit underneath, and I'll lay that on the floor for him to sit on.
I did put that in your character sheet there, Chuck. It's
The
under
astral project.
Yeah.
Yep. Got it right. Did you roll?
Did.
Oh, I did.
There it
Okay.
goes.
Twice. I see it twice.
Okay. I got my 8 was the first one. So
Okay, it's still in the
project,
7-9. Yeah, it's still in the 7-9 range. So.
Yeah.
All right. So you project. The more difficulty actually is that the magic. There's like a magical energy that surrounds everything, and this is what the mages tap into, right? That energy is lower in places with really high technology and tend to be stronger in places that are more natural. You're in the middle of the city in a high-tech high-rise. You would expect magical levels here to be fairly low. So you're surprised when you project out, and the levels here are quite high, as if you were in a unspoiled natural environment. And as you project into the astral, what you're seeing is interesting. One, apparently he did have, did have a hearth spirit that helped here. It's laying in several pieces, as if it were carved up by some sharp instrument, just kind of laying in the middle of the room, arms chopped up but outspread. The blood is in the astral. It looks like the place has been like seed bombed. Like out of the blood is growing like green grass, vines, woods, just kind of growing through the apartment, entwining everything.
That's weird.
Hmm?
Do I recognize that kind of reaction?
It's not something you've had experience with.
Yeah.
All right, so when you go astral, your body goes limp and you're basically, you're out. So you guys see and are used to this. Ivan just nods off. You expect he's doing his thing in the astral. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'd like to check out the safe. You said it didn't look like it was forced open or anything. Is there
Right.
any chance of fingerprints or anything like that on the key code?
Well, you can tell it's already been dusted. As you're thinking of that, like you can see little bits of the fingerprinting powder still left over.
Can I tell if they got anything?
You think they did. Like everything's been applied appropriately. The keys are now pretty clean. So anything that was there at all has been lifted. You think they did get something.
Is there any indication of what was inside the safe? Any
No.
like
It's
dust?
it's about a foot cube, and there's nothing in it now. It's very clean. There's nothing left over. There's no residue or anything like that. It's just like a 1 foot cube steel box
Gotcha.
set in the wall.
Okay.
You guys, the last time you were here, that's where he kept his really nice cigars.
Mhm. I want to pilfer all the real coffee I can find as I look for cameras and other surveillance in the place.
Okay. Well, go ahead and make me a check for that. Just the basic move, check the situation. Coffee, well, there's this coffee service that's still on the table here. I mean, of course, there's some blood in the cups, but the carafe is still full. The little coffee grinder is still there. There's a little box full of fresh beans.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore.
So, like, pour myself a cup and walk around and investigate and check the situation here.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't be drinking that. That's not yours.
It's not anybody's currently. Indeed.
That's true. The old saying, the finders keepers.
So,
7.
yeah, so tell me what you want to know from that.
Is there, this is my question, is there surveillance that's not tied into the main building security?
There's not surveillance in here at all.
Oh.
Actually, from other visits to Morlock, you know that the only digital appliance he had was his personal communicator. Like, there was nothing else in here. So as you're looking around, like, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no actual computers anywhere. There's nothing electronic really, other than some really nice hi-fi stereo, which is still old school, and some nice kitchen gadgets. But there's nothing at all otherwise, which is, unusual in this day and age. But again, Morlock took notes on paper, and he dealt with really secretive information. The fact that he wouldn't have cameras makes sense.
Sure.
Because of hackers.
Damn hackers.
Yeah. So there is no electronic surveillance.
I feel like there was an unsaid but there.
Well, state the question for me again that you asked.
Okay. I said, was there any surveillance that is not hooked into the main building security?
Okay. You're admiring his not just antiquated, but an antique
it's
at
a
this
camera.
point stereo system.
Sure.
It actually has like every form of media through all the centuries that you could imagine. It has an LP, it has an 8-track recorder, it has cassettes, CD, DVD, all the way up to like current slide-in chips. And you see something interesting. It's still running. There's a tape in the tape deck on record that's still running.
Stop. Like cassette tape, magnetic.
Cassette tape.
I like all gingerly like press the button to open it and pull it out, and I'm like,
Yeah.
hard copy.
Oh, hey, those are what I use. They just sound better.
Something you would
Wait a
likely
minute,
know.
I don't have anything to play this in. I better put it back in there and listen now.
Well, something that you
I've got one
also
back in
know
my closet.
is that tape could not have been running all night to this afternoon. So likely it came to its end and started re-recording over
Oh
itself.
God. Right. How long is this tape?
It's actually one of the big 180-minute tapes.
All right. I'm just gonna put it back in and start playing from where it was.
Okay. If you're playing from where it was, let's see. You just hear like the hum of air conditioners. The microphone must have been really good that's attached to this thing. You hear the hum of air conditioners. You hear the voices of, it sounds like Nighterant as they're like, somebody's talking, they're describing the scene. You can hear the.
Are there headphones?
Yeah, sure. There's headphones there. Gigantic head covering headphones.
I got a prop for this. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Because now I'll catch all the nuances of the sound.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So you're listening over the tape.
Oh,
So
you even sound better, actually.
let's pause with you for a minute and
Okay.
let's find out what Gantu, what are you doing?
So, did you say there was more than one penthouse room?
Yes, they're across. He has like so there's a hall that goes between, right?
Mhm.
The left apartment is his penthouse. There's just the one big penthouse. On the opposite side, on the right side, are two, and you guys were in one as a guest at one point.
Mhm.
And there was another one that you were told that, yeah, he did some recordings and videos on, he used for that sort of thing.
I want to go start poking around in those if I can get it, if the code will let me in.
It does. And you see the similar thing.
Mhm.
Blood, floor, ceiling, walls. Nothing is touched otherwise. Everything looks perfectly normal other than the blood that's just everywhere.
No signs of like forced entry on the door or anything like that.
Nope. I'm going to say you started with the room that you guys stayed in once before. So it's very familiar to you. Just looking around, it doesn't look like it has been used since. Like the last time, Morlock left some niceties around for you, some robes, stuff like that. So you're looking around. It doesn't look like any of that's been replaced. Closets are left empty, that sort of thing. But again, other than the blood everywhere, it looks completely normal.
There's
Now,
still
when-
blood in here despite looking like it hasn't been used recently. That's interesting.
Yeah. The other room looks like it was set up for a recording. The lights are still on, highlighting an area. The area that is highlighting is a round table. Again, a coffee platter set there, this time with 4 mugs around it. You see some packs of what passes for cigarettes in this century. I don't remember offhand, but it still exists. Along with trays of partially eaten food. Looks like they were eating steak, with the trimmings. There are 4 chairs around the table. And again, the video recorders in the corners are set up. The lights are set up. And, just taking a look at the place, all the recording devices here are at least a century old. Like these two are antiques. They're not
Okay.
connected to the net. They're all wired into a recording box. The lights are still on. Doesn't look like the videos are recording anymore.
Okay.
But
Does it look like they've been used recently, or can I check to see whether or not like or is it like old VHS like camcorder type
no,
stuff?
they're
Is that
they're
right?
digital, but they're not Wi-Fi. So like it's recording into a box.
All right. There's the box is visible. It's not
Still there.
hidden? Okay.
This room is not covered in blood.
It's interesting. Okay. I'll call out for Scout, like, hey, bring some of them bags over here. And I'll point to the cups, the plates and stuff. Like, if looks like he was entertaining, maybe talking to someone here. So maybe this might be people either A, that we got the blood from, or maybe somebody who was here. And then
What do you-
whenever Techno's
You want to
done with
bag
that-
blood?
No, the whole thing with, like you said, fingerprints and such or whatever. There's like cups and plates and stuff. People pick them up with
okay.
their hands. How did you ever make it as a?
I was never a detective. I was a beat cop.
Yep.
Makes so much more sense now, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Yup.
Scout, you do also see the traces that this has already been fingerprinted. I mean, someone's worked this as a crime scene as well.
Yeah, I'll take whichever plates and stuff that Gantu points out to me. I
Don't eat the
probably
food.
what?
Don't eat the food that's on them.
I'm not eating the food. It's not mine.
But definitely bag up the coffee grounds.
Yeah.
We're not taking the coffee grounds. That's not evidence.
Oh no, it's evidence.
It's evidence of somebody wanting coffee. Chuck,
Exactly.
in the astral, the environment is continuing to change. So it's like a jungle in here in the astral. The blood is it's all pooled like in the real world. You know, the blood was all over the carpet, pretty thick. Here in the astral, the blood is all pooled into like a literal pool.
That's wild. I'll go investigate that pool.
Mhm.
Maybe put a toe in.
It's warm.
That's fucked up. It shouldn't be warm here in the astral. All right. I'll kneel down next to this thing. And first I want to try is my mind probe. See if I'm picking up any kind of thoughts or residual thoughts on
Okay.
it.
Go ahead and roll your mind probe. It's in there too. I stuck it in.
2 essence. There we go. I got a 7.
Okay.
Or is that it? No, that's Technos. Oh, I didn't roll. Do I have to roll for that?
You may not. You may just have to spend the essence and you get something.
Okay.
Let's see
Yeah,
what it
that's
says
it.
here.
Yeah. 2 essence. I get to know one thing.
Yep.
Love, fear, need, loss, took.
Well, first of all, your mind probe tells you that there is actually another living being in the astral here with you. It is the Hearth Spirit. Diced up as it is, it's still alive, barely.
Okay. Well, if I pick that up, then I'm going to shift my attention. I'm going to head over to the Hearth Spirit.
Now you get your result from that. So, what do you want to know?
Something they took.
Something they took. Okay.
So like, what was taken? I don't know how vague.
All right. So, what you get from the Hearth Spirit's mind about this? What was taken? The protection, the threshold. This was magically protected. These suites were magically protected. Something just rent through it, took the protection away.
Okay.
In particular, something was stolen that allowed this to happen.
Can I verbally communicate with the Hearth Spirit at that point after the mind probes kind of?
I'm gonna say you're communicating through the mind probe. Let's just expand it out a little bit. The thing is almost dead. There's just a small spark of life in it, but it can communicate.
Okay. The first thing will be, did they kill Mordecai?
No. He was taken.
They took Mordecai. Okay.
Warlock.
Morlock, my bad. We were close. Any idea who did this?
So you get an image, since we're doing this to the mind, you get an image in your head, and the image is of essentially half-naked Aztec warriors. But the way the image shifts in your mind, they're not real. They're either spirits or they came through astral.
Okay.
They're not physical. I shouldn't say not real, but not physical.
All right. So Morlock is alive. They took Morlock. They took Morlock by stealing whatever it was that set up his magical protection here. Do you know where they took your master?
So when you ask that, like the spark of life is just slowly kind
Fades
of
out.
fading out. But you just see an image of pyramids. And again, it has that kind of ghostly appearance like it's in the astral.
Okay.
or at least not on the physical world. And then it's the spark's gone.
All right. Then I'll go ahead and wrap up my astral and reconvene with everyone. I don't know what the hell the Aztec warriors or the pyramids are. We're gonna have to do some research on that.
Okay. All right, Techno G, you're hearing in your headphones now. You're hearing the what passes for the police talking in the background, and you can clearly hear some voices, not so clearly on other ones. But you're picking up things like, was he paid up? Yeah, he was paid up. Guy paid years in advance. Mob hit? Nah, this ain't no mob hit. No mob that I know anyway. So what's going on here? I mean, he had platinum level magical security. I mean, what'd you get out of that hearth spirit? Fucking thing's insane. It couldn't, say it couldn't talk. I mean, I couldn't get a thing out of it. Still alive? It won't be for long. Right. Bag it all. What do you want me to do with the recording device next door? Dump the core. Yeah, just leave it for now. We'll figure that out later. Just get the information. Hey, what's this? And then it kind of stops there.
Is that like the end of the tape?
Yeah. So if you keep listening, it reverses directions.
Yeah.
And you hear, you start hearing some conversation. It sounds like Murloc, and he's talking to somebody. The voice is high. You're not quite sure if you would say feminine high, but it's a high voice, high-pitched voice. And you can barely hear Morlock. Like, he's got kind of a basso voice, and it's not recording well, but you can hear the high voice quite well. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, I need to tell the story. They're coming after me. Someone needs to know this information. And then rumbling of Morlock talking, can't make it out. It's like, yeah, let's get it on recording. Yeah, I'll tell you everything I know. They can't get away with this.
Oh. Hey, guys, is there more recording equipment around?
Yeah, right over here. I was just going to toss it. It doesn't look that important. Looks really old.
I, stop this tape and, put it in my pocket very gently. Wait a minute. Is there any other electronics around that might fry the magnets? No, okay, it should be fine. Faraday cage, little Faraday cage for it. I need all the gum wrappers. Faraday cage.
Just stick it in Gontu Cyberleg. That's
safest place for it.
Yeah, don't lose that.
Put my tobacco. There. That's
all right. Is there any other?
Yeah, I got it right here. Come on in. I got some video recording thingamajiggy in here.
So, Ivan, you come to at this point.
Yeah. I'll relay the information, especially the Aztec warriors and the pyramid. Can I do, what is it, drop the science, consult knowledge for a specific topic? Do I remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You can roll that.
Nope.
Okay.
I know nothing.
What is ass technology?
Oh, that's the big A.
Yeah, everyone knows what AS technology is. It's a megacorp, one of the big ones, mostly found in South America, although they've got a big presence here in Seattle. They've got a pyramid here in Seattle, as a matter of fact.
So, also, the important thing is Morlock is alive.
Hey, good.
They took him alive. They disabled his magical barriers. They must have entered either astral or through some other magical means. But yeah, the Aztec people, they took him. And his hearth spirit, before it faded, was able to convey that they took him to a pyramid.
Are there patterns to the blood stains? Like
a Rorschach sort of? No, it's just kind of everywhere.
I was just thinking like portals or body slide from one place to another through a blood stain.
No, that's just it. There's not like there's even like you, since it's everywhere. You're looking at your own shoes. The blood isn't sticking to your shoes, nor are you leaving footprints in it.
I'm no cleaning expert. Gantu, is that normal?
As the foremost cleaning expert in this
Here today, now. Yeah.
and honestly in Greater Seattle, no, this is not normal.
No.
It's
Yeah.
the
Does it
blood
smell?
magic.
Does it smell like blood?
No,
Does
there's
it
not.
taste like blood?
Yeah,
Tastes
there's
like blood.
that coppery,
Tastes
metally smell
Scum
of
tastes
old
this.
blood. No, not at all. Is someone
Does it
actually
taste
going
like
to taste
blood?
it?
I'll taste
Oh
it.
hell yeah!
I knew Ivan would.
I will lap the floor like a kitten with milk.
All right. Go ahead and roll me Stay Frosty. This is what you do
Okay.
when you're in a
Oh, boy.
potentially bad situation.
Oh, boy.
Stat for Stay Frosty: awareness, confidence, stamina, craft, presence.
This is going to be a presence check, actually.
12.
Oh.
Wow.
Look, yeah.
Okay. Threat doesn't come to bear. All right. I mean, you're not a connoisseur of blood, really, but I mean, it kind of tastes like blood in your mouth, but it tastes like fresh blood. And you know that this has been here for, at least 10 hours, at least.
We need a vampire.
But it's fresh blood. It hasn't coagulated.
It's not sticking to us, right?
It's not sticking to you. Yeah.
This is some magically fucked up shit.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Now, you have a suspect. We know that it's now a hostage situation.
Mhm.
We also know how it happened. Some magic shit you said. So we just need to figure out who the lead detective is and just hand off these clues, and then we're good to go.
Or we
Totally.
just listen to this whole interview video thingy that's in this other room and see if we get more information.
That's a good
I mean,
idea.
Really, we shouldn't listen to it. That's
Someone
not our
should-
job.
someone should
There is a
clean up
detective
the
assigned to this
bathroom.
case.
Listen, as the only
Okay.
person here who used to be a cop but isn't one anymore because of complete and utter inability to be said cop, I don't
No,
know.
no,
if we
no.
should be taking your advice.
I have
for
complete
this.
ability to be a cop. That is not why I'm no longer a cop.
Did you
Listen.
I don't want to get into
understand
this. You're
that
going to piss
cups
me off.
Sometimes
That is-
have fingerprints on them.
Oh, listen, we've got
I
too
was not a
much.
detective. I am a cop. There is a difference.
Sure.
We've got too much of stick. We need carrot. Listen, friend Scout. I know you are new. I know you are new to being Shadowrunner.
Shadowrunner.
That
No,
is
I'm not a
what you are.
Shadowrunner.
This is what you are now.
No. I don't work in the shadows.
Yes.
Oh, yes, you do. Because your face is
The-
all over the TV. Bloop, the TV comes on. See, there you are right there.
The literal and the metaphorical. We are now runners.
I mean, you might
Honestly,
wanna go-
it's only Fox that's still showing his face, but
I mean, if you want to talk to the cop, why just walk into any old police station and say, "Hey, I got some new evidence," and see how that goes for you.
Well, no,
Now,
I
also-
obviously can't do it, which is why one of you guys should do it.
Because you
No,
gotta live in the
listen, I've got
shadows.
warrants
Or it could
too.
be
This is not
anonymous.
good. No, listen, friend, I understand your reservations and you're used to doing things how you used to do things, but I want to get paid, right? If we take this to cops, all we get is jail time and not paid. We solve mystery ourselves. We rescue Mr. Mordecai. We get fat cash
Why is it always about money with you?
because I am greedy.
This
fuck.
is about doing the right thing.
He needs money to burn.
Well,
I,
I
quite
think,
literally.
the right thing, Scout. Mr. Morlock has been very good to us over the time
Very good.
and has helped us in several situations, keeping an
Also-
eye out for us. It would be wrong of us now not to return that type
This-
of behavior. So the right
Well,
thing
no,
is to
obviously,
actually help him.
obviously we should help him,
Right,
and
which is
the
what we're
best
gonna
way to do that
Oh,
is
no.
by following proper procedure.
As
He will
somebody
not
who is a
want-
criminal,
Yeah.
so
I can
Techno
tell
G
you-
apparently, while the argument
Can I
is going
jack
on,
into this?
is trying to
this video
jack.
thing?
Yeah, so it's definitely old school. It has no
Like this old school?
Yeah, it has no output to like anything Wi-Fi.
Oh.
You might. Let's see. You have a toolbox. That's
I
one of
sure
your.
do.
Yeah. So I'm going to say you can kind of just hodgepodge a connector.
Like from this to this? Yeah, totally.
So the device doesn't play back; it only records. So what you're able to do is you're able to get a core dump. So whatever was in there recorded, you have a copy of.
Excellent.
Okay, now you just got to figure out a way to play it back because it's not in any kind of format that you're used to.
But it's data.
But it's data. Yeah.
And I got it on my deck.
Yeah, your deck or your pan, either one would hold it.
Okay, there's a thing for this. There's a hacker thing for this.
There is.
You're leading me by the nose. I get it, Bert. What the heck was that? Born Digital? No. Was it Born Digital? No. Crowdsource.
Yep.
I need a program that will translate that data to something that I can.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I need. All right.
I don't know if I put that on your character sheet, but
No, it's on there. I got it. Oh, great. And it's presence, and I have 0 in presence.
Yeah.
All right. So I have this, and I'm like, it's old digital video format. Can I get any metadata off of it so I know what I'm looking for?
Enough so that people can figure out what kind of format it's in. Sure.
I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to try to crowdsource. Last time I crowdsourced something, it only half worked. If it works at all, I'm always surprised.
Well, when your avatar is an albino elf with a big black sword that sucks souls, not too many people like you, I find.
Well, I can't use that one right now. Everybody knows that one. So now I'm using Hawk Moon.
Right.
Because that's less conspicuous than Elric. For those that don't know, he's got like a big gem in his eye. What was his other thing? He had like a bronze glove or something.
I thought that wasn't that Prince
Corum?
Corum?
Yep.
Corum. I thought that was
Yeah.
Hawk.
Prince Corum's the one with the eye of Rill and the hand of whatever it is.
Oh, all right.
Mhm.
Okay. Here goes a crowdsource. I'm going to drink while I do this. It helps ease the pain. Mm-hmm. See?
Yeah. Honestly, part of it is because people know that you're being hunted. Like there are bounties out on you, so no one really wants to make contact with you right now.
Jerks. I knew that was going to happen.
Yep. So you're gonna have to take some time and see if you can't work it out yourself.
Okay.
So you'd basically have to build a program for it. Take some time to do that, and there you go.
I think that's going to be like a jury rig. That's actually, it says fast repairs, but yeah, okay.
You could jury rig, or you could just take the time to write a piece of software that decodes it. Either one would do.
Sure.
So while this is going on, everyone's kind of concerned the fact that this blood isn't drying. It's been here for hours and hours. It's not sticking to you. It's obviously something weird. All of your pans, your personal area networks, all of you get a little beep about it with an incoming message.
Go ahead, Scout. Answer that.
It's just an alert that you've been sent a file. So the address is undiscernible. It's no one you've ever seen before, but there's there's a huge video file that's been sent over to all of you.
So yeah, you guys will see that I'll try to answer it, and my font is at like 250%.
Nice.
And I try to open it, but there's like tons of malware on my device. So like there are just constantly pop-ups, and I can't figure out how to get it open because I'm clicking on the malware.
Don't reply all. Don't reply all. Don't reply all.
I never. This thing never works right. This thing is broken. I don't know what's wrong with it. It
Wait a
never
minute.
works
Wait a
right.
minute.
Someone
give me that. I already took your old pan away. Here, use this one. It's a burner pan.
That was the one you gave me. That was the one you gave me. You gave me a broken one.
No.
Look, this text is so tiny. How am I supposed to read this?
It was totally
a piece of plastic
Fresh.
that's got like a screen painted on it, but isn't a real actual piece of device. He makes me look like I'm a rigger or something. Like that's how.
What's a rigger?
No, it's one of
Yes.
these really cheap pay-as-you-go pans. It's got like half its space already
Yeah.
dedicated to malware.
It folds in
Before-
half. It's got a retractable antenna.
You know, I never liked them since they started folding in half. You know, I wanted the one that was like attached to the belt. You know, the big brick that you can really grip. These things, they're just so tiny. I don't
I'll
like it.
find one of those for you. If only I owned a Radio Shack. I'd like just throw that one in the trash. Just like note to self: bandolier of empty pans for Scout.
Yeah, as soon as I get it, and you guys have like stopped paying attention to me, you can tell that I'm going into the app store and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm just clicking on everything.
Video file.
Local hookups. What's this?
Exactly.
FarmersandChristiansOnly.com.
I'm a very lonely man.
Oh my gosh.
Christian farmers.
Farmers only. Those commercials caught my head.
You don't have to be lonely.
Yeah, farmersonly.com.
I didn't know
You
there
got
were
a
Christians
sponsor
or
for
farmers
both.
left in this world.
Steve, Steal, and Murder. Brought to you by Farmers Only.
So we got a video file.
Yes.
Well, you got a file.
We'll open
It's
it.
huge.
we got a file,
Like,
a file.
it is a very large file.
We could. Do we wait to open this down in your van, or you want to just do it here?
There's no This is probably the safest place in the city to look at any
Right.
kind of file because
I'm standing in blood right now. I'm not sure if safest place in the city is what I would
it's
use.
not
but
our
I
blood.
catch your point.
It's not even the blood of people we killed. Plus, I haven't been to the kitchen to see how much coffee is in there. Because we could just sell the coffee and be rich.
Let's just open it up. Let's open the file.
Yeah. Pop it open.
Okay. It came from an unknown address, but the image on the video is Morlock sitting at the desk that's right over there. You can't tell when this was done, but certainly before all the blood appeared, because everything looks normal. He's looking at a camera, and you can tell that this is being someone's holding the camera like it's not steady. And so he goes into a little explanation. He's like, well, if this has been received by my favorite crew of runners out there, it means that I haven't made contact and haven't made the requisite button pushings in the last 24 hours. Chances are I'm either dead or abducted. In which case, you, my most steady
Lucrative.
team of runners, I have a job for you. Either find out who killed me and visit a little bit of the same to them, or rescue me. And then that's it.
New yen.
Yeah, that's it. It's short. It's less than a minute long.
Why
But
is the
the
file so
data
big?
file is enormous.
Yeah, that's peculiar. Yeah, dude.
I'm going to analyze that in the van now. Everyone, don't delete that. Scout, give me that pan back.
You hear
So-
random
Wait, it came
moaning
to
as
this
I like
one.
try to turn it off real
Alright.
quick and then hand it to you.
Why is it
So-
wet?
Ew.
There's sweaty palms.
So that maybe makes a little more sense with the blood than if it
You're
was
hearing-
his doing.
You're hearing Scout's pan as you're taking it away, saying, "Embarrassed by," and then
Just throw it in the trash
Yeah.
can.
Wait, so you're trying to say the blood was his doing, but then, I mean, would you have mentioned the hearth spirit?
I would have relayed everything I found in the.
Let's hit the kitchen and then
Blood.
get out of here. Oh, wait.
The blood was his doing though, but what? Like, are you saying like this was a defense mechanism? The blood stuff.
This was you saw he had button presses to do,
right.
and if he didn't do them, it would alert us? How do you secretly alert us? You
Right.
have us on file for the Grizzly Scene cleanup crew.
Right.
And of course, we're going to show up and investigate.
But the
This
heart
was,
spirit is still dashed up. You said that.
yeah, something happened. I mean, we found an ear. Something killed his guards.
Okay.
Something chopped up the hearth spirits. But I think the blood was his, alert call to us.
Son of a gun.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I was in the astral, there was that giant warm glob of pooling blood in the other room that didn't match the. So I wonder if
So you're
that
saying,
was.
I see. You're saying it was like a preset trigger where if you didn't deactivate something or reset a timer, the blood just comes out and then it looks like a murder scene, and they call Steve Squeaky Cleaners
Yeah.
to get. I get it.
But
That's a lot of blood. Whose blood is
There
it?
is an ear that we found.
There
in-
is.
Well,
Something had
bodies
to
were
have
hauled
happened.
away, I think, right?
Of course, this much artificial blood, would you
That's
notice real blood? That would explain why the blood's not sticking to us, why it doesn't smell right.
So
it could
there,
also be to throw off the investigators. That could be why Scout was so ineffective in his investigations of this scene. Right, Scout?
there were bodies though.
Yeah.
Techno G, you heard on the recording that they were saying, bag the bodies, bag evidence.
Sure.
So there were bodies.
Can I just real silly, like I want to start crawling around on my hands and knees all over to see if I can find any signs of like actual blood that will stick to me.
Oh, interesting.
Big and shit.
Wow. Okay. Let's have a roll for that. Go ahead
Yeah.
and
I think it's like spoil the blood to keep the cops from getting anywhere in their investigation. That's what I'm in my head right now. I'm like,
It very well could be. It's
check the situation.
there's real bodies, but you're never going to find out who they are because it's a Boondock Saints thing. They're spraying bleach on everything to screw up the evidence.
Anyway, is it check the drop the
Yes.
science? Or?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
you can do drop the science, or you can just do check the situation. So drop the science, miss. Okay.
That was a fail.
So yeah, I mean, you're pushing your way through the blood, and it's really an odd feeling. Like it's viscous, it's a little warm, and you're kind of pushing it aside, but none of it's sticking to you, and it all just kind of flows back. But I will give you that there are stains on the carpet. It looks like old, dried or dried blood stains on the carpet.
Okay.
See?
Yeah.
Evidence. If you push through it, does it part and you go somewhere else?
Well, it's just on the walls and shit. Like, I'm not going to try and high five a wall and expect to get anywhere.
Is it hiding a room we're missing?
I could get my 10-foot pole out and start knocking on the walls.
You have a 10-foot pole? Glorious.
I've seen these in a movie once. I'm gonna go to any place he has bookcases.
Oh,
I'm just gonna pull each book down, move them around like just in case. That's us. See if anything.
just roll me 2d6. Just 2d6.
Okay.
I was going to say I'll bring up some schematics, but that works too.
3. I rolled a 3.
Yeah. So you pull books down. He's got, he's well-educated man. He's got a lot of cookbooks, which is interesting. He's got books on philosophy, on psychology. He's got The Art of the Deal signed.
Oh, no.
Good Lord. Burn that one.
I guess we don't have to find him. Never mind.
Yeah, so he's got just all kinds of things just on these shelves. A lot of things having to do with psychology, philosophy, and cooking. Those are his 3 things that he really enjoys.
I call building security.
Okay.
And I'm like, hey, we're the cleaners up in the penthouse right now. We just need a layout of the rooms so that we can check them off on our list to make sure, we just need something to be like, yep, we did this one. Yep, we did this one. Yep, we
Sure.
did this one.
Yeah, they, you get a file.
Beep, beep. You've got mail. All right, now I'm looking at the schematic, the layout of the place, right?
Right.
Is there a space missing?
That's an interesting question. Why don't you drop some science for me?
Okay. Oh my god.
Okay.
That was brutal. 2d6 plus 2, and I rolled 6. Ouch.
Okay, so I mean,
Oh, 2 2s. Jesus.
unless you're gonna take the time to actually grab a tape measure and measure everything off, if there is something hidden here, it can't be awfully large because, like, just pacing it off with your feet, it's pretty close.
I don't like it. I'm looking at it. I'm like, we're missing something. We're missing something.
As much as I hate to say it, you might have a good idea.
I will bring up something. You
tape
guys have
measures.
karma, which point for point you can spend for a plus. So if you want to spend a point of karma and make that a 7,
Oh, then it's like yeah. I'll do that.
okay.
Boop. Karma spent.
All right, now let me just look at this real quick.
I have spent a lot of time on the streets, and one thing I know is that people like this Morlock, they always have smuggler hatches.
Panic
Now,
rooms.
normally I find them in vehicles, but you might be able to find something like that here in this room.
Okay.
If I could have brought the drones, I could have just had them scan everything and be like, there it is. But that would have been suspicious.
So
Those are some weird vacuum cleaners you got there.
for partial success, you're doing your best to walk things off just by using your own feet for measuring. And the closest you can come to is that there's maybe 2 feet short to this one wall compared to the schematics. There's about 2 feet short, as best as you can tell.
Smash it.
Either like looking at the wall, is there like this is the end and it should be, but it's not. So let's bust that open. Gantu, I know we're in the cleaning business right now.
Got it.
I was gonna say, can you kick this wall in?
Not for a punch, but okay.
Yeah. So if you start, just
Punch
kind of
kick.
punching around there, so you find that there is in fact a cavity. It's about 2 feet deep. It runs from floor to ceiling, and what you find inside is kind of interesting. Looks like he might have been a runner back in the day. You see ballistic armor fit to his side. You see some photographs, like actual old Polaroid style photographs of him and a team. You know, there's some desert in the background, and like they're standing like out of some kind of tank like thing. There's 4 of them there. He looks very, very young, and he doesn't have the bow in his back. He doesn't have the hump.
That's curious.
So you're finding well-kept gear that's been, greased up and put away in vacuum-sealed bags. Some really old armaments. A really wicked-looking knife. The blade's about 2 feet long, and it's got a really big hilt on it.
You would
really
totally
well
want
kept.
me to have that. I'm gonna go ahead and take that.
I
That's
think
evidence.
we should. If
That's
we're gonna,
evidence.
if we're gonna go,
Is.
yeah.
I am his friend. He wants me to save him. You heard it. So
If we're gonna
I'm
go get
use
him, we
this
should
to save
definitely
him.
bag this all up and take it so that when we get him, we can be like, here, put this on.
My scout or I, because I do have some military experience, my background, be able to recognize that tank. Like if there's anything telling about that tank.
Oh, okay.
Being
Drop
able
some
to
science for me
identify
as well. Yeah.
Oh god, science.
Might as well.
Oh no, this ain't gonna go well. I got 7. That's actually pretty good for me with dropping science.
Okay. Yeah, you recognize the tank. And also, taking a better look at it. This isn't Shadowrunning gear. This guy was in Special Forces.
Oh my.
He was a soldier at some point. Looking at the stuff in here, looking at those shotguns that are bagged up, a little older, but still really good guns. The other thing you find is a small box. It's just like a shoebox sort of thing.
What's in that shoebox?
Identifications for many different countries, showing a much younger looking Morlock in it. Some passes showing that he's like a certified electrician or like he was a boilermaker, worked on air conditioning, everything you can imagine. All kinds of false identifications. But at the very bottom, military ID.
Ooh.
And this looks old. And you think if everything in here, and this is from, you're dropping the science, everything that's in here, that's the one thing you think is real.
Really? What's his real name? Kind of curious.
Yep. It's close. It's not Murloc. It's Murdoch.
Oh.
Ewan Murdoch.
Ooh.
Oh, we need to start calling him Ewan.
I know. That's what I'm going to do when I first see him. Hey, Ewan, how you doing? And then he'll probably kill me because he's special forces. Maybe we shouldn't do this. This is a bad idea. Murdoch.
Yep.
I like this guy.
The military ID has a lot of things on it that you're really not sure what they mean. And it's an old ID, too. Like, this is nowhere near current.
Is it really
Well, you
curious?
can't trust anyone that goes by a fake name, so we better cut ties with him as soon as we find him.
Wait,
Yeah,
you're
Scout.
not using your real name, are you?
You know
Scout's
Scout
your
is what
real
everyone
name?
calls me. Scout is what everyone calls me. That's what I was known by in the Force.
Uh-huh.
You
are
got
not
a
gonna
lot
make
to
it
learn.
long.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh my.
let's bag all this up, I think. All
Ewan
that recording
Murdoch.
stuff. Get down into the vans.
Okay,
Leave
yeah.
leave Scout up here to actually clean the place so we can get paid.
I just got to check the kitchen before we go.
Yeah. Scout, go ahead. You start cleaning. And then the
I
rest
can't
of us
do
are
this
gonna-
all by myself. Look at all this blood. I need
Oh,
help.
yeah,
Ivan, Ivan,
I've
stay
done
with me and
way
help.
worse than this by myself. Come on. I
Use
built
fire.
I built this job from the ground up after I fair and square stole a bunch of laundry.
Ivan's got to prove that he's employee of the month. He's got to at least help me.
Honestly, the wet
is
dry
a
vac
brilliant
you
person.
have will probably make quick work of this thing. Is it's not sticking to anything. Suck it all up.
Take this thing, point it at the puddle, click the little button over there, and just hold until it goes away. It's really not hard.
I'm really gonna half-ass this job. Like I'm just gonna leave the
I'm
lines in
just gonna
between.
half-ass your paycheck.
I'm going to take anything fresh out of his kitchen.
Oh yeah, he's got several bags
And all the
of
coffee.
roasted coffee beans. He's got tins of beluga caviar. He's got just all kinds of really nice stuff. in the
Bag so
cupboards.
heavy, Techno G can't. He's like, "Hey, Gantu, can you?"
Yep. I can help you, no problem. And it's just
lighten it up, and then let's
so
take
much
the-
caviar in his beard right now.
We're gonna have
Yeah,
so much great coffee right soon.
Do not make the caviar coffee. That no.
Is anybody doing anything with his gear that was in that wall?
Bagging and taking it.
Yeah.
You're taking everything? Okay.
Taking everything.
We got to
Oh,
give
yeah.
it to him when we find him.
In
We
which
don't know-
case,
we
as
also don't
you
know what's whether this is relevant to his abduction or not yet.
when you take his ballistic armor off the hook, something falls out of it, hits the ground.
Ooh.
Ivan, that's a talisman.
Oh shit. I will take it. What do I know about this talisman?
Probably shamanic, not a magic you're terribly familiar with. It could
Yeah.
have been a good luck charm. It could have had some special, ability to it. You're not quite sure, but that's definitely a magical fetish. There, it may be expended. There may be nothing left in it, but that's the genuine article that you're looking at.
Oh shit.
Well, you said you wanted one.
Well, this is not quite my flavor, but still, it reveals more about Ewan.
Okay.
So
Now, so a talisman like this doesn't necessarily mean that Ewan was magical, because you can create talismans and give them to anyone, and they will work.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I've got plenty of leads to run down, and coffee to do it on.
So, Scout, as you're vacuuming up the blood, and actually it is fairly easy because the stuff it flows really easy and it's not sticking to anything at all. So, but you're filling up all your canisters pretty quick. However,
Can we just
what it
put
does,
the hose out the window?
I was thinking down the trash chute, but that would work too.
I was looking
Am
for
I the
raid.
only one left in this room as
No.
I'm cleaning?
They're raiding the place. Apparently, they're stealing food. They're stealing.
We're not
Like the
stealing. We're
kitchen's in a different room,
preserving.
though, right?
Preserving
Right.
for when we
Preserving it.
find him later. Like here's your stuff
Just
we
gonna
didn't
go
eat or drink.
bad. Yeah.
But Scout, once you remove most of the blood, you unveil the actual crime scene. There are flaked. There is older blood beneath all this fresh blood. Several deep pools of it that have dried on the carpet here and there.
Yeah. Are there any any shapes to it that it looks like a body was lying there? That type of thing.
Yes, in fact, you could actually even see prints in the carpet now.
Like footprints?
Yeah. Interestingly, they're bare feet.
Oh, okay. Which direction are the feet prints going?
All over
Footprints
the
going?
place. Like it's all over the carpet, coming and going.
Can I tell if there's more than one person? Or
Yes.
one set of prints?
Yeah, there's several. Actually, why don't you go ahead and roll me that special,
That gumshoe?
that tactical version you have of checking out a crime scene.
Yeah,
Nice.
2 12s in a row.
6 people, all barefooted. They were all human. They came and went by the window over there. That window is not meant to be, or not made to be, opened.
I'm going to go check out the window then. Can I pop it open? Is there any way to open it?
So you're looking it over. These things are mostly built just to have a view. They're really not made to be opened.
Right.
I mean, they're actually locked out so they can't be opened. But
you don't have
yeah,
someone to
you
jump.
actually do notice that the mechanism that keeps the whole thing kind of frozen in place has been worked on. This window can open.
Interesting. So who all is in the room and who all is in the kitchen here?
So you're in the hallway. This is where all these
The
footprints, yeah. And so the window is at the far end of the hall.
Okay. Is any of my fellow cleaning crew nearby?
Anyone you want to.
if you
Just
want us to
say
be.
someone who you want to be there will be there. Or you
Ivan,
can grab them.
help me
Yeah.
clean this. Help me clean this.
Okay. What are we
Look at
doing?
this. Look at this. It looks like it can be open. This shouldn't be open, right?
No, up at this high, the winds are too great. You don't open windows this high.
Right. So it looks like people came and went. And hey, you had that like dream thing, right? Like you did your little
Yeah,
trance,
Uh-huh.
your
That's
you know,
what
kumbaya and all that. And
He went in the astral.
you saw some
mean.
naked people, right?
you have naked Aztec warriors. It looked like they
The naked people, do they wear shoes? That'd be weird. Like you can't be
No.
naked with shoes on. That's just like even worse than being naked, right?
It's like leaving your socks on, man. It's horrible.
Yeah. Right? So they
Yeah.
didn't have shoes, right?
correct. Yeah.
Right. So all these footprints, these were probably your Aztec people, right?
Yeah, you found a good clue, friend.
So what, you say like half a dozen of them coming in and out of this window?
I'll take a good look at it. Maybe do rough comparisons of like foot sizes next to mine. See if I can get like a head count.
Well, Scout's already figured that. He's already knows that they're all human. The footprints
Yeah.
are within that range. They all have the correct number of toes.
Okay.
And how many people as well.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
with
I
a
don't
12, you got all of that.
Yeah.
I don't
like-
know how magic works or anything, but can you like rewind time to bring them back here? And we can just like erase them?
Oh, no, friend. And even if I could, no, they would murder us. Yeah, bad news bears.
Okay, so like what if you could like fly? Could you like fly out this window and go track them? Like follow their scent or something, their magic scent?
I cannot do that. I am not the flying man. But I
Well,
mean,
what
it's
can
not,
you do? What can you do?
I can burn your ass to crisp and sell you to the colonel.
Well, that's not going to help us here, buddy.
No, it's not. Listen, the flight thing is possible. They could have flown up here. There could have been some astral projection trickery of some kind.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's the nappy, sleepy time, dreamy time you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, the kumbaya thing. Okay, so why don't you do that and follow them?
No.
If they did that, then you do that and just like do what they did.
Listen, they're like seriously badass motherfuckers.
All right,
I am not going to follow them.
Your employee of the month here is doing jack shit. All right.
We talking about?
We got a whole bunch of
heart
Aztecs that were like
spirit
flying in and out of this window using the same magic shit he does,
They
but he's
flew
not
in
going
and
to
out the
follow
window?
them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
I got a hang glider. I went and bought one just in case.
this would be the time to use it so you can track them. Get
And you know
Ivan
which
to
way
follow
they
the
went?
magic scent with his ass projection, right?
Okay, I think it's Ash.
And then whatever it is, he'll fart his way to them, and then you'll just use the hang glider. The two of you go and find them, and we'll report them to proper authorities. Done. This case is solved.
I hear you. They took Morlock out this window too, though. Presumably,
It would have to be.
could
Yeah.
they take him? Like, I get like the whole astral projection stuff, but they physically removed him. Is that?
Well, they would have removed his shoes too, because all these footprints are barefoot.
Well, it could be, or they could carry him out.
He was a tiny guy.
Possible they
You're
might
right.
have had like like a vehicle or something too. Like
That would be my guess. That would be far easier if listen, something was stolen from this place, which removed the magical barriers. Yes.
Mhm.
So also maybe person who stole tampered this window so it could open up from outside. When you fly up with stealth, quiet vehicle, open window, run in, murderfy everything, carry Mr. Eugene or whatever fuck name is.
You and Murdoch.
Ewan. Carry out window. We have entrance and we have egress. We don't know who the sneaky sneak was who stole the magical item that allowed them to enter and tampered with the window.
They might
still
have
need
just
a motive,
rappelled
too.
down from the roof. We're in the penthouse after all.
That could be too. I mean, I do think that we have the cache of information from Techno that we could review. And we know where they took him and we know who took him.
We know where they took them?
Yeah, they took him to Pyramid in town.
Well, we don't know that.
I've literally made a cup of coffee. I'm sitting in the doorway into this now. Like,
I mean, it makes sense, Scout. Like,
That's where the Hearth Spirit said they took him.
Okay. So your heart spirit.
I'm gonna take a peek at the roof now, just in case. Cross the I's, dot the T's.
I'm
You know-
cool.
you
Let's
know,
see if there's
decide.
hang gliders.
yeah,
Just
maybe they
curious.
left one.
You never know. Maybe they left something up there, like a hang glider.
Okay. You want to open the window, or do you want to go up through, like, your access
I'm-
card will get you up through the elevator, top floor.
Or
if
if
you
I can
want.
get up the easy way, I'll get up the easy way. I ain't that dumb.
Pop open the window, see how easily it opens, see if there's any like.
Right, you open the window.
Is there a chance they climb down that?
roll
kind
me,
of
just roll me
Freaking
2d6, Scout.
Oh God,
this
the
way,
air is
roll.
gonna
Hey,
suck 'em out.
guys.
Okay, you open the window,
First.
and something flutters in and kind of lays on the ground. It's about a 4-inch long, brightly colored feather.
Oh dear.
I'll pick it up.
They had Quetzalcoatl that they flew in on.
Uh,
Quetzalcoatl. I don't know how to say.
And also, after
what?
you
A
open the
coat?
window, you can see a bloody footprint and bloody handprints on the outside of the window, like someone got onto the sill and kind of put their hands like this on the outside and pulled themselves through. So, like, you can see the bloody prints of a few toes on the outside of the sill, and then the prints of the fingers on the outside as well.
Maybe they did fly away, he says through sips of coffee.
what kind of technology uses feathers?
Birds.
Birds.
Bird technology.
What kind-
Aeronautics.
So
Are there additional like footprints and blood prints going up or down?
You want to hang your head out the window and look?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll hold him by the belt.
No, the prints are just at the outside edge of the window and around the outside, this way. But if you look up and you look down, no more prints. They don't go up or down.
So they did fly. It wasn't repelled down, most likely, or else we'd see more of his blood along the. Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta look into that feather a little bit more.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want it, go ahead. I'll hand it to you.
I mean, I don't know a damn thing about magic.
I'll take
it's got
it.
something to do with magic. You can go at it.
Do I pick up any kind of like magical vibe from this thing?
Apparently, Ivan doesn't know anything about magic either. I was asking about this. He can't do jack shit.
Do you want to get pushed out the window? Because, like, I feel that might happen.
Like twice your size.
I'm very strong.
I tell you what, Ivan. You did actually go to an institution to learn your magic, so go ahead and do a check the situation roll. You might know something.
Okay. No. How much karma? I got 5 karma.
Now, keep in mind, karma is also what keeps you from death. So you can spend 2 if you want.
How frequently does karma refresh?
What I'm doing, you can spend it if you want because I refresh it at the end of each session.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
so-
drop 2 karma on there.
Okay.
Okay, now push him out. He's got
So a 7. You vaguely remember something about the Atslon, like their corporate symbol is a feathered serpent. And you vaguely remember something about like the head of their corporate structure is a dragon. But you're not sure of that. You absolutely know that their corporate logo is a feathered serpent, though.
Oh, listen, just gonna throw it out here. If this is the Atslon company, their logo, giant feathered serpent, maybe dragon, maybe Quetzalcoatl, or whatever the fuck the thing's name is. I'm just putting it out there. As a person who got a ride from a dragon once, it could totally be dragon again.
Yeah, that kind of checks out. Sort of.
So shall we say go hello say to our new overlords? Like,
So yeah, Techno, that's the most wonderful cup of coffee you've had since the last time you were here. Now you've got a bag of those beans.
What are we talking about? Like a 12-inch bag, or 12-ounce bag, like a 32?
Oh no, like a
bag?
5-pound bag.
Oh, I'm keeping that under my arm, like while I'm drinking the coffee, just holding it. Yep. Birds. Birdman.
And I tell you what, go ahead and roll 2d6.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I gotta like type that one in.
Don't roll snake eyes or you get a heart attack from too much caffeine.
Ooh, I got a 7.
After Ivan says that the corporate logo sometimes is a feathered serpent for their company, you look down at your coffee bag. And there's a little logo of a feathered serpent at the bottom of that coffee bag.
Like this one?
yeah, that's the one.
Oh. Well, they
Maybe
make damn fine coffee.
Maybe Sneaky Sneak was coffee delivery person.
Through the window?
Well, no, there's someone who came in before and disabled magical protections and rigged the window to open from outside.
Who would let the coffee delivery guy all the way up to their penthouse?
Our friend.
Well, maybe if we get him out, we can get more coffee too.
I like that.
Win-win.
Or listen, if we have to break into this place to rescue him, we're breaking into the place where coffee came from. We're totally gonna break in.
I feel like maybe if we
You know,
just
this-
ignore him, he'll stop saying stuff like
This
this.
brings up another point. You called us Shadowrunners. I think we should rebrand. Like, Shadow implies something that we don't want to be associated with. What if we're like day runners?
Literally everything.
And
that's
you know what?
visible
Running
is-
is
No.
just exhausting.
Dude,
So
no.
maybe we should be day walkers.
No, that's already
I'm
taken.
gonna
The window's still open.
But yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to my dear friend Scout. I'm gonna lay a hand on his shoulder. Scout, I don't know what to do about hearing you right now, but at least I can make it so I don't have to see you. And I'm gonna turn him invisible.
Yeah. Well, spend the essence.
2 essence. Oh yeah, I just spend the essence and it happens.
Holy
We're all invisible?
No, just him.
Just Scout.
Great. Let's
So you can do magic.
go up to the roof. I thought Gantu wanted to go.
Yeah, I was gonna go
to the
peek
roof?
just to be sure. I'll go ahead and just go up there just to be sure. I was curious to see maybe they rappelled down or something, and they might have had a vehicle up top, but it looks like it was more magical. But I'll go just to double check.
We hop in the elevator, put in the key code to get up there.
Wait for me. Wait for me.
Nope, I'm cool.
Jump in the elevator.
It's all right. You guys can handle him for now.
There is
Handle
a
who?
there is
There's just the
a
three of us here.
landing strip for a helicopter up here, but there's no chopper.
Okay. Can I just do kind of a quick?
Go ahead.
Just
Yeah.
quick check the situation or something.
Yep, go for it.
It's an 11.
Oh, nice. Well, go ahead. Ask your questions.
Okay. What happened here recently? Seems like that makes the most sense.
There was a chopper that landed here within the last 48 hours.
Within the last 48 hours. Okay. Okay. I mean, what should I be on the lookout here for? Okay. What other questions? I mean, what should I be on the lookout for here, I guess?
Okay. One set of boot prints. So one person got out of the chopper and went to the elevator that you came out of and came out again.
Okay. And it was boot prints specifically, right?
Yep.
Okay. And then I get one more of these.
And don't feel like you have to be constrained to those questions. You basically,
Okay.
you can just make up something if you want.
Okay. I guess the only other question I can think of is looking for anything else, anything like debris or anything like anything else just kind of blown around up here, something like that. Just doesn't even have to be like if there's any signs of like regular. You know, if it's is it dirty enough that like it seems like people don't come here very often, or is it like
There's actually an ampule laying on the ground. At first, you didn't think much of it because the place is just littered. I mean, like the town is littered with these things. It's basically what's left over after you do an injectable drug. It's like like the casing and everything. So you look at it, and it's an anti-anxiety medication.
Interesting.
That you inject?
Yep.
Okay. I will I'll bag it and everything. Make note of the boot prints. And then
Yeah, so we'll assume you do your due diligence. The boot print is small.
Yeah.
Maybe a woman or a child.
Okay. So smaller than the bare footprints that we saw inside.
Oh, much, yeah.
All right. Okay. All right, fair enough. And since he is dwarven, I'm not sure. Do Shadowrun doors have like smaller feet, or are they?
No,
big
they're
feet?
pretty clumpy. Yeah, they got
Okay.
large feet.
Okay, so it's probably not his either. Okay, all right. I'll make a note of it. I'll take the meds, the med ampule. There's not like any kind of. Is there a label on it? Is there like a prescription label or anything?
These are. I mean, this is common. It is a prescription medication, but it was bought on the black market. So, these never arrived at the hospital they were intended to. Someone intercepted them, sold it on the streets. because they never got the stamp on them for the hospital that would have made it a prescribed medication.
Okay. All right. And then I guess on my way back in, I'll just look to see, are there cameras up here?
Yes,
Especially by
there
the
are
elevator
cameras up
that-
here.
Okay. And so I'll get Techno on the line if I can, and I'll say any way you can. I know you don't want to mess around in security of the hotel or the building or not, but someone was up here with a chopper sometime within the last 2 days, possibly. Who knows when. They've been in and out. I found some meds. I found some boot prints. Someone went in and out of this elevator. If it's possible, we might want to track that security footage down. I know. I mean, if you're too scared to do it, I understand. If you don't think you can, I get it.
Well, I already know. This is me talking to Bert here. I already know there's a spider in the building, because I got that on the first time we came in. So I want to just pluck a web string, ping, to get the hacker's attention, to get the building hacker's attention.
Sure. So your deck shows that you have acquired attention.
Let's say strange cleanup situation on the roof. Seems some dirty-footed visitor was here recently. Did they go to the penthouse where we're cleaning?
All right. I tell you what.
It's always dangerous dealing with spiders and dragons.
I'm going to treat this guy like a contact. So why don't you make a pull strings move for me? It's an advanced move. You can drag it out of the bar there into your sheet if you want.
Moves, advanced moves, pull strings. Where'd that go? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, pull strings here.
Hey, Bert, while
Yeah,
they're...
that's a presence too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
Damn.
Okay. So he little private chat window opens up, and of course his avatar is showing, which in this case is what is the kid's name from the last Avatar that's got the little bolt on his head? The main character,
Aang the Airbender.
So it's Aang is his avatar. And he's like, yeah, what's up? The Knight Durant took the video footage. I've already got it compiled. I can shoot that over if you want.
Yes, please. That would be very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. So you get a video file. Shows up on your pan.
I'm like very polite because I know I'm in his web and I don't want him to be off put by me being here.
Yeah, they did a sweep of the roof up there. There was some trash up there. They took pretty much everything for possible crime scene materials. So, you shouldn't have to do a lot up there. What's messed up?
Just some stray trash and some, some dirty footprints and stuff. We'll just buff it up real nice, just to make sure that it's up to snuff for the clientele of the building.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, there's not much in that video, so yeah, enjoy.
All right, thanks. That technology's like, I need another cup of coffee.
Right. So the only thing interesting on there is last night, about 9-10 o'clock in the evening, helicopter lands. One person gets out. The video cameras up here are not great. There's not a lot of lighting, but it's somebody that's wearing glasses, very petite frame, long ponytail, and then you get a great look at her face as she lights a cigarette, and it bursts, and the video camera is able to capture it. She looks like she's in her late 50s or so. Pale skin, like dark circles under her eyes. She's maybe 5'7", 5'6". She's got, her arms come up as she's doing this, and you notice like there's definite definition to her arms. You also see old scars that kind of crisscross her arms. After she finishes the cigarette, she pulls out the ampule that you find. She injects herself with it, tosses it, and then goes to the elevator portal down. And jazz music plays.
I was trying
all
to
of
just
you-
get some video footage.
So
Here's
all-
some video footage.
So all of you saw those Polaroid photos. It was in his
Good
hidden
ask.
wall space. She's
Mhm.
one of the, a much younger version of her was in that picture.
I show it to Gantu and I'm like, here's your culprit with the ampule.
Yeah, well, she knows him. She's in one of them pics. She ain't just nobody.
And this video was yesterday?
10 o'clock last night.
10 o'clock last night.
Maybe we should.
You think they
There's
got to
more
her?
people.
She hacks the window. They come in through the window.
And so about an hour later, so about 11:15 or so, it shows her coming back out and getting back into the chopper.
No, it's the voice on the recording I have. We gotta convert that video from the core. All right, we've got a bunch of pieces. Let's get out of here before somebody sees us.
Which makes sense. He was helping out an old friend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she must have known something that the Aztecs want, and now we're
find her.
deep in it, like this deep.
Yeah.
We gotta find that woman. Okay.
I do. While they were going over that, I'll take a few moments to center myself.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Are you still keeping me invisible?
Yeah.
Actually, you have to drop his invisibility to center yourself.
Spells
Spells that
drop
have,
it to
yeah.
center.
As soon as you drop it, you hear me muttering to myself, "Oh, they didn't like Daywalker. What about like Skywalker?"
Oh God, why are you so close to me?
Nice. And Chuck, how we're going to handle your talisman is whenever you center yourself and you get back more than you can normally hold, the talisman will hold the excess.
The excess.
Yeah,
Okay,
to
cool.
a point. All
So,
right,
yeah, we heading out.
Yeah, we still got we got that file that was part of the video file because we had it was
Yeah.
a short video and there was the other thing. We still got that to look at. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I don't see why we can't come back at some point if we really need to, but I think we got
Yeah.
plenty to go on for now.
And the crime scene, I'm pointing out, hasn't entirely been cleaned because you unearthed the actual crime scene, which is actual blood that needs to be
Ah.
cleaned up.
I'm completely past cleaning.
I'm not. I'll go ahead and finish cleaning because I care
Yeah.
about reputation and getting paid.
I'll
That's
help
okay.
out.
All right. Well, now I'm gonna feel bad if they're cleaning. I'm gonna help clean too. But I'm gonna mutter something. Well, they didn't like Skywalker. Or what if we did like Nightcrawler? No, that's the wrong direction.
Shadowrun.
Yeah, so you clean up.
Runner.
The only thing that you find is when you empty out your bags of all the debris and such, there's a little sliver of I don't know, it's maybe 2 inches long. It looks like it's a sliver of stone, maybe some black stone, really sharp.
That's
Like shiny, like obsidian or something.
Yeah, maybe obsidian.
well, history books did show that Aztec warriors would use weapons of obsidian.
Well, let's bag it.
Holy shit, I even know something?
I drink and I know things sometimes.
He watches the History Channel now and
I
then.
watch aliens, man.
I'm not saying it was the aliens, but it was the aliens.
It was the aliens.
Not saying it was Aztecs, but it was Aztecs.
All right, so yeah, you spend the next couple of hours cleaning up the crime scene. When you check out, they do go up and look everything. They sign off on it. You get paid for it. Your normal commission, and that's it. Your codes are revoked, and you're sent on your way. You got paid.
That's,
Hey.
yeah.
I will give Ivan his proper due.
Yes.
Steven, I was very upset with, Steven Scout. Your attitude could use some adjustment, and your thoroughness definitely is not going to get the full 5 on your employee performance review.
Well, I mean, you didn't even have employee training. You just took me in there and told me to clean. Like, shouldn't there be like orientation or something like that?
It's not rocket science, man. You're cleaning the carpet. Come on.
This is a sink or swim operation. Yeah.
I didn't have to train Ivan. He does just fine. I guess if you're saying Ivan's just better than you, that's okay.
Employee of the month again.
Is this because you guys didn't like the Shadowrunner thing?
Nope. I'm gonna put a little picture of Ivan in a frame. I have like 3 of them in a row on the interior of the van. Just says Employee of the Month underneath it.
Ganto,
What
you are
you say,
best
Scout?
boss ever.
Maybe you'll get on that wall. Needs an attitude adjustment, but we'll see.
I'm gonna be back in law enforcement soon enough. I'm gonna be back in law enforcement soon enough.
Keep telling yourself that. All right. All right. So there's just a little bit of time left. Techno G, you want to take a look at that huge data packet that came through?
Yeah, that I was just making like a list of things to investigate. It's 6 things long, and then it says list things to enjoy: coffee and caviar.
Nice.
So a little bit of caviar, a cup of freshly brewed coffee, and my rig, and now I'm ready to analyze this massive data file that Morlock sent.
Okay.
Anyone up for donuts?
Yes, let us get donuts. I know great place.
Is caviar good?
I've
on
probably
donuts?
been there.
Yeah, I'm sure caviar is good on donuts. Those are 2 great things that have to be great together.
Yeah, a little
feel
salty, a
like-
little sweet. Maybe we can get them to inject caviar in donuts.
So,
I'd be
Techno
up for
G,
that.
I assume at some point you're going to start working on this huge packet of data to try and figure out what's going on. So it's going to take some time. Go ahead and give me a citation needed. That's an advanced.
Yep. I see it. All right. There.
Are we in the
Oh.
van?
We are. in
Yeah,
the van.
yeah.
Okay. I'm going to
Nice.
center again.
It's an 8.
Okay, so an 8. So what bad thing happens out of those 3 there?
Oh my god. I would totally. Ooh, no, not hard copy. That's not Morlock's thing. It would be the rabbit hole. I'd go down the information rabbit hole.
All right, so it's going to take you a couple of days to unravel all of this, but what you do find out just from initially looking at it, this data packet is very dense and it's layered like an onion. When you're able to find out enough, it will basically start to unwrap itself. What you can find out immediately is that the first layer contains 2 bits of information: a GPS location and a very long security key. And that has minimal effort will be to taken to just get that layer.
Sure. Layers like an onion.
All right.
Donkey.
So that's what your character's going to be working on. Ivan, is there anything that you want to do after getting back? You guys started late in the afternoon, so this is going towards the evening.
I'm no good with the computers or data, so not going to be doing any research. No, I don't think so at this point. I want to hang tight and see what Techno can dig up. If he's coming up with a GPS and a security key, then I would definitely suggest that we should go check that
Yeah.
place out.
So that's going to take him a day to actually pull the information out. So like just looking at the metadata, you know that's what the information is, but it's going to take you the better part of a day to dig it out. Gonsu, anything you want to do?
If we haven't already recovered over the week that we were down, I
You
will do
were.
that.
You're
Okay.
Yeah, your wounds are back. You're
Then
fine.
I think I'm gonna hit the books.
Okay.
and just start just doing some training. Getting back in, like after what went down in the garage and getting shot at a bit and taking some damage. I think maybe I'm getting a little soft. I've been doing too much cleaning, and so I think I want to spend some time doing that.
Okay. So go ahead, make that.
So I don't know if it's a roll though.
It's not. It's you're gaining prep, which is basically points you can use later on. So if you it takes 2 days to get one prep.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, how long does? I mean, if
it's going to take me 2 days to unravel this data now because of that extra day of down the spiral.
I'm hesitant to dig into I kind of want to look into the people like on the Polaroid stuff, but I would screw it up.
Sure.
I know I would screw it up, so I'm not going to do it.
Sure.
That's kind of my thought with digging into the into the company and looking up their lore. I don't want to tip our hand.
So off to the left, there's a place for hold. Just put down +1 hold.
Okay.
So you'll be able to use that later on. So what exactly kind of training are you doing? Like physically, like hitting the marksman range, right? So that +1 will be able to use for any kind of physical activity then.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. All right. How about scout? Anything you're doing?
I'm going to see everyone else being productive, and I'm going to start Googling which precincts are hiring and just wishfully think about getting out of here.
All right. Yeah. So local PD in Seattle isn't hiring right now. They're in a hiring freeze, but Lone Star is hiring private police.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I can't apply right now until I clear my name. But I'm definitely considering, and I'm doing the math on like the pay rate and how much I owe in alimony and that kind of stuff.
Scouts look at it like, it's a pay cut, but ooh, they've got dental.
You also have to put your previous employment for the past 5 years, and guess who's going to be on that? Do a little better job. You want to get a good rate.
I hold up his
over working.
I hold up his original pan. I'm like, technically, anybody we want to put on there will be on there.
Nice. All right, so we'll end the mystery to here at this point, and let's just do our sign off. So, Steven, you got anything you want to plug there?
I'm playing this bi-weekly. It's my main game. I'm enjoying it.
All right, Jeff.
Twitch.tv/the Lollygaggers. We got different games on Mondays and Fridays, and starting this week, Saturdays in the afternoon, we're gonna be playing Worlds Without Number. So there's that. That's at I want to say 6 Central. And then tomorrow night over on the Free League Publishing channel, you can catch myself, Bert, and Chuck as we play our Things from the Flood game.
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
Almost.
That's what I'm here for. I always have to remind.
It's the reminder, right?
Yeah, it's perfect.
All right. Christopher, what do you got?
I'm Christopher from Two Old Guys Games. You can find our stuff at 2oggames.com. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/alltherpgs. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon to 2 Central. I write a one-page adventure. Usually I'm cleaning up some stuff right now because I had a couple weird weeks with moving and whatever. And then I'll get back into it. Otherwise, starting May 6th, every other Thursday, the Star Crawl game will return. New day, same time, same channel. And the opposite Thursdays, I'm on the Swashbucklers on the Liching Hour. We're taking it in a new direction. We pulled it from Goodman Games because we wanted to have a little more control over channel actions and a bunch of other cool stuff. And we have some surprises coming up soon.
That sounded threatening. Okay. Chuck, what do you got?
Oh, man. Like Jeff mentioned, catch me hanging out with him tomorrow night on Free League Publishing. Also, Tuesday over on Free League Publishing at 9 p.m. Central, you can catch Steven and I playing some Simbaroom 5e.
Really bad at promos, as Chuck keeps calling me out on it.
That's fine. That's fine. With Aaron and Matt and Evan will be running it. This Wednesday, we've got, is it Weird Frontiers?
Spectaculars this week.
Spectaculars Wednesday.
First real session.
So this Wednesday, 10 p.m. Central, Spectaculars. Jeff, Bert, myself will be over there. Then Friday, we'll be back on Defenders of Cobalt for some more Destroyer Worlds, the alien scenario. And then Saturday, we're going to have a first live stream of Watercolors and Warriors on Twitch. That'll be 1 p.m. Central, or no, that'll be noon Central on Defenders of Cobalt. And then that night, 9 p.m. Central on Goodman Games Official, Bert's going to be running us through some more Umerica. So, yeah, it's my week at large.
That's a lot of gaming. Well, folks, if you manage to find this stream, twitch.tv/Steam Steal and Murder, we stream 3 days a week. Tuesdays is a first edition Dungeons and Dragons game. It's pretty fun, been ongoing. Friday, BX Dungeons and Dragons. They just successfully got out of Ravenloft and are about to head into something brand new. Sundays, I alternate the Shadowrun stream with something fun. That's Gamma World 2nd edition for right now. It's usually what I put at the other end of this. And as Chuck said, Saturday, Umerica on the official Goodman Games channel. So there we go, folks. Have a good one. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hi, everybody.
Thanks.